Why doesn't that ever happen in Dragon Balls? You know, they're screaming so much they don't just like rip one occasionally, or is there so much energy and noise going on when they rip it that you can't hear the farts coming out? Dragon Ball Super Broly. Caught this last night. Me, Mark, my girlfriend, a buddy of ours. We all caught. And look, it's not a perfectly constructed movie. They had to do a lot in the span of 100 minutes. But for what they had to do, reestablish the character of Broly, make him actually part of the canon lore. He is now part of the universe. Bringing his backstory, bringing kind of the nature of his power, how strong he actually is, incorporate Frieza, Goku, everything along those lines, Vegeta. I thought they did a fantastic... I really loved this movie in many ways. Is it my favorite of the Dragon Ball movies of the three? I think Battle of Gods is probably better, ultimately, for introducing something overall new. This is more reintroducing something that was brought up in non-canon material, making it canon. But at the same time, it's a pretty well told story. There are some things like because of where this is actually part of the canon that I'm like wondering is like, okay, that's odd. For instance, Goku was sent to Earth wearing a Saiyan suit. Why didn't he show up in Dragon Ball with that? Did he take it off at one point? No, okay. When Shenron shows up at the end to do the wish, he says, I'll grant you one wish. It's like, no, Shenron at this point can grant 2 wishes. So there's little continuity errors in there that I'm like, I noticed that. But it really is trounced by the fact that what they had to do, reintroduce this character, reintroduce the story, basically redefine the character of Broly and where he came from. They did a fantastic job. Broly is technically really it's Frieza who's the antagonist. He's using Paragus and Broly. Broly is the antagonist, but he's not a villain. There's a sympathetic individual in there. And he's just an innocent guy who's never learned to control what he had. His only friend for a while was a giant green furry bear worm. It was him and Paragus got trapped on a planet. And just this weird green furry bear thing that live in these craters that eat bugs. And then, his dad shot his ear off at one point, and that green coat you see around him is actually the ear of that creature, and it's to help let him remember time when they were friends. The supporting characters too are actually really compelling. There's these 2 characters. I can't even remember his name. The green chick and the older orange dude that basically find Broly and Paragus, bring him to Frieza, and their relationship with Broly is actually really endearing. They're likable characters. I do think there are moments that they do a little fan service stuff with the female character, like when she puts the battle armor or shows how the battle armor isn't that bad. She stretches out around her tits a bit, and there's other points where she's actually bent over, and we've got a solid shot of her ass. I'm like, look, Dragon Ball really doesn't do that kind of fan service, but even once in a while they will do something. Nothing severe, but occasionally they might do something. In this case, I think that was what that was a little bit. And I've heard people implying that maybe there could be a romance between her and Broly. I think right now it's just friendship, but if they show up later when they bring back Super at some point, yeah, you might see that happen. Goku, but the thing is, they spend like a good the first third of the movie is really just spent in the past establishing the relationship of Broly or where Broly came from, why, and kind of establishing the Saiyan structure and hierarchy, and it's really cool to see that. Mark did lean over to me and just go, so why are a lot of the Saiyans Russian? Because why are the Saiyans Russian? I guess some of them are Russian. But seeing obviously the story of why Broly was sent away, that his latent abilities and that's the thing, they weren't capable of just measuring battle power. They were capable of measuring like latent abilities in individuals, and how Broly, Goku, and Prince Vegeta all had such incredible latent power. Then you cut to the future where Frieza wants the Dragon Balls again. Okay, and this one I'm like, we all kind of like, we laughed, and it was a laugh well deserved, but at the same time we're like, really? Frieza didn't want Dragon Balls for immortality. He wanted them so he could get taller by 5 centimeters. It's like, no, it's not. If it's too extreme, it won't look natural, and people look good. It's like, so. And the reason this is silly, not just because of the whole comic, is because earlier we know Bulma was collecting the Dragon Balls so she could de-age herself about 5 years. Like, why not age yourself 10 years? People ask, oh, did you get work done or something like that? And you didn't cut to Frieza talking about, oh, I want the Dragon Balls so I can basically just grow 5 centimeters. Really? That's what we're going with Frieza's motivation here? Frieza's actually hilarious, because at one point while fighting Goku, Broly, to trigger Broly to turn into a Super Saiyan, Frieza kills Paragus, and he just goes, okay, oh no, Broly, your father was killed by a stray energy beam, oh! And we're just like, really? They do a great job of splicing the humor in the movie. Really, you don't get any true action. There's some action, minor action, like there's a sparring match with Goku, all that. There's a few things here or there with Broly, but nothing. The real meat of action doesn't happen until basically the final act of the movie, where they basically reach Earth and Goku and Vegeta face off against Broly. And Broly, finally, we get an idea of how strong this Broly is. In just base form, he was able to go toe-to-toe with Super Saiyan Vegeta. When Vegeta, who we see for the first time in the series turn God, goes God, he starts losing terribly. But then, basically, as Paragus explained, he had to remove Broly's tail so he wouldn't go Zoro because he couldn't control himself. But he figured out a way to tap into that power anyhow, and then basically overpower Vegeta. So, assuming that it is like a 10 times multiplier, Broly's power is already near God level in just that form. Then Goku shows up and uses a new technique where he's binding him with God Ki. And then he overpowers that and just again continues. The fight choreography is fan-frickin-tastic. And at one point, I lean over to both Mark and Cariad as Broly takes Goku by the leg and ragdolls him around. I'm just thinking, it's Hulk and Loki. Puny God. And then when Goku actually trained, I even saw this being advertised on Toonami. And then Goku just goes for Super Saiyan Blue. He flashes from red to even a little bit of the Ultra Instinct to blue, and then the fight goes down again. The fight choreography is just fantastic. Get to the finale where basically they go into this molten cavern, basically turn the entire Arctic area into a lava-ridden battlefield. Goku and Vegeta are both, beaten the shit out by Super Saiyan Broly at this point, and they basically have to get away to practice the fusion dance with Piccolo's help, turn to Gogeta. Meanwhile, Whis is even just keeping Broly. He's like, whoop, whoop, no, oh, that was a close one. It's like, because he's Whis, and Whis is just, Whis. And then finally you get and even Golden Frieza, I like it too, that they basically fly right past Frieza and get him right in the path of Broly, who beats the shit out of Frieza. And ultimately, it's Gogeta who shows up and completely dominates him. Absolutely. And it's just amazing to see. It's just, and again, there's one point, and our buddy leans over to us and explains it. And I'm like, I understood him. I'm like, at one point they clash, and basically their background shares into this multi-dimensional acid trip for about 20 seconds until it goes back to this mountainous hillside range, barren desert area. And basically that was to illustrate them moving at such speeds that it's beyond measurement. But it ends with Broly living. Broly lives and is basically saved by his friends with the Dragon Balls. And basically Goku finding him is like, oh, hi, nope, got some friends here. And it's like, you might even be stronger than Lord Beerus. It's like, really? It's like, this guy's essentially the Jiren of their world. Oh, goody! But it was never. See, Goku said that, but it's never fully proven if he was stronger than Beerus or not. Because Beerus basically was playing babysitter for Bra the whole time. So, and I like it's like, no, it's like, come on, what about your dear Bulma and your daughter Bra? And it's like, don't make me do this. It's like, fusion, ha! It's like, I think I'd rather have Broly kill me. But basically, yeah, and then, Broly and him just kind of had this nice, like, shares, like, rival moments. Like, who else will I be able to get strong against? I'm Goku, but Broly, you can call me Kakarot. And then just teleports out of there. It's a good movie, man. It's a great reintroduction to the character of Broly. Great animation. The animation's very unique, too. It is a blend of both Super and of the original series, Dragon Ball Z, with a little bit of the games of, like, Dragon Ball Z Fighters in there. But ultimately, yeah, I mean, what would I give it? That's completely up to you. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball in general, this is close to as 10 as you're probably going to get. There's some minor things that are here and there, but ultimately, I adored this film. I really did. But let me know what you thought in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Be back later tonight with Glass and my what if for today. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.